In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a quick brake adjustment. This brake adjustment is for riders that might have their brakes are making noise when they're squeezing the brake lever. You get a little bit of squeal. One of the solutions to that is what they call towing in your brake pads. There is a difference between towing in and towing out. Towing is having one edge of the brake come into contact with the rim before the other. So when you're towing in, this leading edge of the brake, or this front edge here, is what comes into contact with the rim first. When you're towing out, it's this side of the brake that comes into contact with the rim first. Normally, brakes come in like this, but sometimes we'll need to adjust it to remedy that squealing to have them come in at a slight angle. So when they come in, and this is an example of towing in, and you're squeezing, the leading edge comes in first, and then the rest of the brake, as we squeeze harder, comes into contact with the rim. All ZiZZO bikes have a set of convex and concave washers on the brake pads. And so if we loosen this one here, you can see not only can I accommodate for, different rim heights, but I can also adjust the toe and how it angles as well by use of those washers here. If you go online, you're gonna see a lot of tools and devices and toys and tricks and things to help you tow in your brakes. Some of these are little plastic pieces that they sew, wedges in here, and it's only $20. You don't need that stuff. To be honest, when I am adjusting the brakes, what I do is I'm gonna squeeze with my hand, just bring that brake pad into the rim. So essentially I've activated the brake, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this, just like that. Loosen it so that there's enough movement here. So that's loose now. You can see finger loose like that. It's not moving because I'm pushing this arm against the rim, so it's flat. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tool, release a little bit of the pressure, and then just bring it down like that. And did you see how the brake pad's tail lifts up? So I'm using the tool and the pressure to help tow it in like that, okay? So I'm just gonna hold that in place like that with my hand now, and then I'm just gonna lock that position in. You can see that the leading edge is closer to the rim than the trailing edge here. You can see, I can feel with my fingertip, there's about a 1 millimeter gap here, and here there's no gap. So after we've towed in the brakes, you might notice that the wheel doesn't spin as freely. And that's because, again, the front edge of the brake pad is touching the rim. And how to fix that, really simple. We just add a little bit of cable into the braking system, and this is how you do it. You just add a little bit of cable to the brake system, loosen this pinch bolt, and I will hold on to this, and I will use this brake arm as leverage. So I'm pulling the cable, right? Because it's spring loaded, and I don't want the cable to get too out of adjustment. So I'm gonna hold the cable to prevent it from shooting out. And now that it's loose, I'm just gonna give the brake a little bit of cable. I'm just gonna add maybe a millimeter like that. Not much, right? I went from here to here. That should be sufficient. And then I'm just gonna lock it back up. Tighten up that pinch bolt. Reset my brakes. And then if I spin, there shouldn't be any rubbing. Just like that.